Hello and welcome to the D20 Future Show. Can you tell that Adam and Alex are away? Can you? Yes, you can. I am your host and your, let's say, GM Richard. And tonight we have no Adam, and so we can't really visit the Forgotten Realms to once again try and accompany in a caravan the Horde of the Dragon Queen. We don't understand. So we are going to be playing one-page Cowboy RPG, a one-page RPG I found on Twitter once. There is a link to it, so if you want to see the rules, you can do that. Yeah, that's it. We once again have a sponsor. This time we're sponsored by my free mini Session Zero guide. I run a lot of sessions online with randos, or at least semi-randos. There is some quality control in that you've got to be in one of the Discords I'm in. They seem to be mostly good people. But I use this is a slightly modified version of the Session Zero that I run just quickly before that, just to make sure everyone has the same expectations, everyone feels safe playing, everyone's going to have a good time. If you run D&D for Strangers, this is one of the range of tools that you could use to try and make sure that the Session Zero goes well. It is by no means definitive, it is by no means exhaustive, but I think you might find it helpful, and you at least get your money's worth because it is free. So there you go. That's my little commercial plug. We're going to play one-page Cowboy RPG, which I will continue to call Rootin' Tootin' Shootin' Cowboys, because it's fun to say. If you are watching this and you're an American, I would like to apologise for the accents in advance. I'm sorry about the accents. There we go. There are a number of cowboy films have attempted to accurately portray the real West, how it was, the complex social orders that were involved. We will be attempting none of those things. So if this is considered to be an offensive portrayal of the West, then I'm sorry, but like a realistic one would have been grim and miserable and full of jerks. So instead, we will be doing something different, which is to play the sort of cowboy games you play when you're a child. Of course, we will be trying to avoid stereotypes of Native Americans because, you know, time and stuff. So, Tom was already asking how we use our Rootin' Tootin' Shootin' stats. It is exactly that. If you've got 3 in your in shootin', then when you shoot, you draw 1, 2, 3 cards. That's a 3, an 8, and a 9. So that would be 20. Is that right? Let's see if Richard can add up. Yes, it must be. 2 odd numbers. 20. Yeah. That's 20 against the GM's less than 20, so you would succeed, and you would do 1 hit point of damage if you're shooting at a person. And yeah, it's a big deck of cards, or is it really close to you? It's hard to say. Do I have tiny hands? Yeah, it's a big deck of cards. I thought that would be helpful. So that's a really quick list of the rules. I should have got a piece of paper so that I can record people's Rootin' Tootin' and Shootin' stats, so I don't have to keep asking. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. I've got tiny hands, massive body. So what we're going to do is each of the cowboys are going to introduce themselves, their cowboy, and then tell me their Rootin' Tootin' and Shootin' stats. And we're going to start with Alid. Yeah, here we go. Alid, tell us about your cowboy.
I am Alid. I will be playing Chuck Buck McKickin, but my friends call me Chicken, of which I am more tooting than I am anything else.
Okay, so let's get this right. We all need a moment to get over Chuck Buck McKickin. In fact, I don't think the world will ever recover from Chuck Buck McKickin, but okay, here we go.
Can you rename yourself just so I can have that in front of me, please?
Yep. And so you are Rootin' Tootin' and Shootin', and then you have hit points as well.
And I have
Go for it.
I've run out of space to type my name in. There we go, got it. I have 1 in rooting, 4 in tooting, and 2 in shooting.
Okay, and 2 hit points as a result. Excellent. Okay, George.
Howdy, I'm George. My character's name is Slim Jimmy.
Okay, Slim Jimmy.
Slim Jimmy has 1 in rooting, 3 in tooting, and 3 in shooting.
Okay, and 3 hit points. And last, and finally, Charlie.
I am playing Clint McCoy. 3 rooting, 1 tooting, 3 shooting.
3, 1, 3, and excellent, and 3 hit points. All right. Okay, I thought we were going to had a real shortage of rooting there. Sorry, my camera work was appalling. We just held on Alid as everybody introduced themselves. Okay, so for anyone who's not reading along on Twitter, I will take you through the rules. They are real simple. You have 3 stats. They are rootin', tootin', and shootin'. Rootin' is a measure of one's ability to wrangle. Wrangling's all about wrestling, roping, jumping, climbing, riding, etc. So physical things, they are rootin'. And the only one who's any good at them is Clint. Tootin' is a measure of one's ability to holler. Hollering's all about shouting, scaring, charming, and lying. So tootin' is sort of charisma. And shooting is, of course, I quote from the rules, shooting is a measure of one's gunning ability. Gunning's all about putting bullets in the other, for they can do the same to you. So there we go. So what's going to happen is if somebody is attempting something, they're going to tell me which stat it is, or I'm going to say, no, it's not that stat. They're going to draw that many cards against 2 that I'm going to draw. Charlie, do you have a deck of cards?
I do.
You do? Excellent. George, do you have a deck of cards?
No, I was planning on using a virtual one.
Okay, so but you have a virtual deck of cards to draw from?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I have Tom, also maybe have a past as a magician, but I have a box so full of decks of cards of various sorts, some of which are more honest than others. But this is a standard deck of cards. So that's cool. So please draw your cards, look at them, and then show them to the camera. That's the way we're going to work, so that the viewers can have the full visual experience. Speaking of full visual experience, here we go. That did not work as well as I did because I forgot to do the things. So I'm just going to update the text with, here we go. This is going to say, this is George, who's playing Slim Jimmy. This is Charlie, who's playing Clint McCoy. This is Aled, who is playing Chuck Buck McKickin. Congratulations, Chuck Buck McKickin, for thinking of that. And I am Richard. I am the GM. All right, there we go. We're up to date. We're rocking. We're rolling. We've got a fantasy background, but it's close enough. So, the 3 of you are a notorious gang of hired gunfighters who are called. Congratulations,
we
Charlie.
just came underprepared, didn't we?
Yeah.
I
feel
thought this
the
20 minutes ago.
I mean, I have some cowboy boots. I do not have a cowboy hat. Congratulations, but we need a name for the group. We'll let the chat and we'll let you guys stew on that while I tell you what has happened. So, as a gang of notorious gunfighters and problem solvers, the mayor, Mayor Weller, from a town in Wyoming called Malice, has written to you asking for help. He is attempting to sell the mine in his town. It's a gold mine, he is looking to sell it to Elongao Musk, but the millionaire is trying to drive down the price because he's a jerk. There is also reports of ghosts in the mine, and that ghosts and strange sounds have started to be heard in the mine, and so the mayor is very worried about this, and as a result has written to you, and so you have saddled up your horses and you have rode into a town called Malice. So have we got chat? Have we got cast a name for the cowboy group? Yeah, Tom. The millionaire Elongar Musk is trying to buy the gold mine in the town called Malice, and Mayor Weller is concerned about it. That's the situation. Any pitches for names?
How about the Fearful Three, where it is ambiguous as to whether we are the ones instilling the fear or we are the sufferers?
I mean, that is a
fear.
long name. Can we shorten it to the Fearful Three?
The Fearful Three is.
The
I'm
Fearful
okay
Three.
with that.
Yeah.
Okay. The fear.
It's
So
like we mistook fearsome for fearful. And
okay, the Fearful
so
Three.
stuck.
The Fearful Three. You ride into town. You see that there is there's a sign up that says, "Welcome to a town called Malice. Population 357," and the 7 is crossed out, and underneath is written 6. The streets at this kind of high noon. Hey, Low M Co. Welcome to the chat. They suggested the 3 cowboys, which is strong, but not as strong as the Fearful 3, I think. But thank you for joining in. We're happy to have you in the chat. It is high noon. The sun, as a result, hangs high in the sky. That's what high noon means, Richard. There is a one of those like wind towers indicating the direction of the wind. It is spinning slowly. There is another cowboy town cliche, and as you ride into town, where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
How long will we be on the road for?
So you've been on the road for a couple of days. You've come from a nearby town, and you have you slept one night in the wilderness.
Well, I feel like we have to go to the saloon.
Okay.
Find somewhere to hitch the horses.
All right. It doesn't take you very long to find the saloon. I'm just seeing if I've written down what the saloon is called, but I have not. I knew you would go to a saloon though. So you find the saloon. It's just called the saloon, and you hitch up your horses with a special cowboy knot, and one of those special cowboy knots that you all know. Just checking, is Bernie demanding to be let out? No, he's just scratching his face. And walk in, and the doors as you walk in go. Someone is playing the piano, playing a sort of jaunty tune, but as you come in, you hear just ding, and it stops. And there is the sound of 20 or 30 heads turning to face you, the sound of a series of drinks hitting the various wooden surfaces, and the doors behind you continue to go whop, 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 whop. And then as you approach the bar, all you hear is the sound of spurs and creaking floorboards.
I'm going to look at the pianist.
Yep.
Like, town ain't big enough for 2 pianists. Threateningly.
Wow. Okay. I think that's a Tootin check. So give me a Tootin check.
I forgot to put nothing into Tootin.
Oh, no. Wait. I'll say I would like to help.
Okay.
Clint, and I'll say, yeah, you don't want to mess with this guy.
Amazing.
No.
Okay. So if you want to also draw your Tootin score, which is 3.
Yeah. 20.
Okay, so that's a total of 24, which is more than my score. So the pianist looks at you and says, okay. I'm forgotten my accent. I was so nervous there. This is the one I'm going with, apparently. I didn't realize you was famous out of town pianists. Here you go. And he takes a cloth and wipes the keys. Kind of brushes off the seat and just slowly makes his way out of the bar.
Well, my pianist skills are known quite far and wide.
Okay, there is now an entire saloon full of people staring at you as you've gone, I'm too good a pianist for you to also be in the bar with me.
I'll say, well, go on then, Clint. You show them there what you have.
Right on, Slim Jimmy. I'm gonna sit at the piano and attempt to let loose my pianist.
Okay, and what skill do you think playing the piano is?
Sure, it's rooting. Has to be rooting.
Rooted. Pretty sure it's rooted.
It's rooting's about strength. I have a feeling this is a tootin' check.
No, I feel like if anything, it's shooting because it's all in the finger skills.
I'm gonna say
much like firing a gun.
I'm gonna say that this is. Do you know what? You've won me round, George. It's a shooting check, so go for it. Make a shooting check. That's the same 2 cards as I drew last time, so we're looking to try and beat 24. The only way I could do that is if I hit a critical hit, which I have not. Critical hit, by the way, is 21. I have hit 20, so it's a good job that you persuaded me that it was going to be that. So, yeah, so the other rule is that you don't shuffle the cards until you fail at something. That's the other rule. I forgot. So it's early doors yet. We've had 2 checks. You bash out a piece of tavern of saloon music. A sort of jaunty version of, let's say, the Fur Elise. It's pretty good, yeah. It doesn't completely satisfy all of the people in the tavern, some of whom are giving you a dark look. One of them stands up. He is wearing black chaps over his black trousers, black cowboy boots. With you notice the spurs have been kind of artificially blackened. He is wearing a black shirt, black waistcoat, 2 black guns, and a black hat, which he puts on as he approaches you. What happens when your draw pile runs out, Tom, is we just reshuffle. But I think they're going to fail at some point. That's the plan. And he says, "Well, that's mighty fine playing. And yes, this is the accent I'm going with. That's mighty fine playing, but old Fingers the piano. He's our he's my brother. I don't take kindly to you treating him like that."
So, the rules of these towns can't really... Oh, gosh, kind of accent.
No, you got it.
Neither can I, son. Neither can I, but here we are. No, I don't... You don't know the rules, so you just assume that you could just oust my brother and just send him away?
So, look, you got to think about pianist skills, and between you and me, I think I'm a fine pianist, and your brother just ain't.
Okay, let's have a tootin' check from you then, as you attempt to persuade him that, because that's not 3 cards, that's too much.
It's a really unfortunate card.
That's pretty bad, because that's a 14, so there we go. That would be a fail, so we can all reshuffle our cards. That's classic entertainment, shuffling cards out of shot. There we go. The cut. He says, "Your finger skills don't make up for treating my brother that way. I suggest that you get out of here, and you get out of here quick smart." And his hand just hovers near one of his 6-shooters.
Now hold on there, partner. You don't want to be messing with us. You see, we are the Fearful 3. Maybe you not heard of us before.
Well, no, I ain't heard of you. So, your
We-
name is ambiguous, and I feel we should clear this up. Are you three afraid of stuff, or are stuff afraid of you?
We'll let you decide that one.
All right, I've
We
decided.
were called here by the mayor. And we're on personal business with him.
You got personal business with the mayor.
Yeah, you heard me.
That seems needlessly confrontational. Maybe it's coming from a place of fear, though. I haven't decided yet. So, if yous have come a business of the mayor, well, that's mighty unfortunate, because the mayor, well, he done taken off, not a week ago. We ain't seen no hide, no hair of the mayor.
Well, that is mighty unfortunate. Any ideas where he might be going?
Well, no. Why would I tell a stranger who's asking to see a mayor who ain't here where he is?
I ain't asking, and I put my my hand on my pistol.
Wow. Okay. He's already got his hand on his pistol. He sees you going for his pistol. He is going to attempt to shoot you, so we're going to have a shooting check.
Sweet. So do I do that too?
Yeah. So you draw 3 cards.
Jack, 8, 4, 16.
Ooh. I've got bad news for you, partner.
No.
That's a 17. So as you're drawing, bang! He shoots you in the gut. So you're going to take a hit point. And you can you don't have to shuffle your cards, I guess, because that's not how a digital deck works. Or I don't know whether.
I mean, it's just random every time.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, you take a hit point as he shoots you in the gut. And he says, "Now, fearful or not, let's not be getting ideas above our station here. So you don't be trying to outdraw a man who's already holding his gun."
Well, hold it there, fella. There's not a. I want to look. Just examine the situation here and realize that you seem to be outnumbered.
He turns around and starts counting out loud as he points to people in the bar who have guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he continues to do this until he gets to 19. And then he points over. There's a lady sipping, just gently sipping from a shot glass. And she rolls up her skirt and indicates that she also has a thigh holster tucked into her skirt. And he goes, 20. Seems like you's the one who's outnumbered, partner.
Message received. How about we buy y'all a drink to apologize for our misunderstanding here?
Yeah, perhaps we made a poor first impression with
What, by
hate to sully our reputation like this.
you made a bad impression by coming in, throwing my brother out for not being as good at the piano as you, and then attempting to kill me. I would say bad impression is a relatively good way of expressing that. Let's have a tootin' check from you.
Okay. At least I can toot.
It's a big claim.
That is 20.
Well, that is 3, so you're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, very well. Drinks all round, he'll start to repair the damage. Barkeep. And the barman comes on. Whiskey for everyone on these fine peoples. And everybody cheers and puts their guns away. And the barman just starts pouring shots of whiskey. So, now that we've calmed things down, I'll go and get Carl. And off he goes to go and retrieve his brother. Whose name may or may not have changed, I can't remember. The woman with the ankle holster thigh holster approaches you, having let her skirts down, and says, "So you fellas, yes, this is the accent I'm going with. You fellas are here to see the mayor. He's writing about trouble to yous.
That he did.
I suppose it's to do with Old Man Musk and the mine.
Something like that. We were, we're looking for more information, really. Do you know anything?
Only know that no one will work down the mine anymore. They say there's haunted. Ghosts and all that.
Haunted.
Haunted mine?
Yes.
Oh.
So none of these folks have got jobs anymore, which is partly why in the middle of the day they're drinking in this here saloon. They've all got guns. I mean, the guns is more of a...
is careful, right?
Sorry, what was your name? I didn't catch it, but I talked right across you.
Forgive me, man. I think I was talking across you there.
Well, let's just acknowledge that the patriarchy is more prominent at this time than in more enlightened times that may be to come, and say that you should probably go first.
Clint McCoy, that's me, and this is my friends here. This is Chicken and Slim Jimmy.
Well, it's mighty fun to meet you all. Everyone calls me Sheila, which is irritating because my name is Samantha.
Well, what if we called you Samantha then?
Shut up, Sheila! Shouted someone. See, everyone does. I'd be mighty obliged if you would call me Samantha. You'd be the only one in this town who would.
Well, very well then. To us, you'll be Samantha.
Much obliged. Much obliged. What?
So Samantha, what were people's doing in the mine before they was all scared off by ghosts?
Well, mining, of course. It's a gold mine.
A gold mine.
Yeah, some say it's a veritable gold mine.
Gold mine?
Them folks are quite literal.
So, remind us again. What do you get from a gold mine?
Why, you get employment, but the guy who owns it gets gold.
That would make sense. And the ghosts... Why are the ghosts in a gold mine? I thought there's only gold in a gold mine.
Well, no, there's all sorts of things in a gold mine. Sometimes you find coal in a gold mine. Sometimes you find you find rock. In fact, most of the time what you find is rock. The gold is quite rare. That's sort of how it holds its monetary value. It's even if you find quite a lot of it, and we believe we have found quite a lot of it, nonetheless, mostly still rock. Not
So
a
it's a
geologist
rock
then. What was your name?
I'm Chicken.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Chicken. Mostly rocks underground. That's pretty much what a mine is. Just some of the rocks, they be gold.
Oh. Gold rocks in a gold mine.
Well, no, just gold in a gold mine. That's why I call it a gold mine. There are other sorts of mine. Now, I can see you ain't no geologist. So, some of the mines, they got coal in them. Coal's good for burning. Gold, not so good for burning. Some of them, silver. It really depends on the mine. But we out here in Wyoming hope that that's geologically accurate, that in fact gold mines are a thing that we have here.
Let's get back to them ghosts. You saying the miners they seen some of these spooky beings.
Oh yeah, that's why they're all here and not working down a mine.
Who was the last person in the mine, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, well, the last person, that'd be... and she turns around to look for some help, and someone says, well, that'd be old George. He went down the mine, never came back up. None of us wanted to go down there after that. Yeah, that's right.
Never came back up. You mean he could still be down there?
Well, it's been a couple of weeks now, so I don't suppose he could still be down there. I suppose he must be dead, or been got by them ghosts.
How, if he didn't come back up, how did you know he saw a ghost?
Oh, I only infer that he saw a ghost. It's just everyone else who went down saw ghosts. That's why they wouldn't go back down. But George, he was too clever. He knew there's no such thing as ghosts. So down he went with his pick to go and mine some gold, and never came back.
Do you see this town is haunted too, or is this one-off occasion where it's just specific to the mine?
Well, it's not. It's a sort of ongoing process, but it's just the mine, it seems. We ain't seen no ghosts here.
What do you do with all the people you look over at the guy in black? Like you, what do you do with all the people he kills?
Oh, he don't kill very many people, because well, it'd be a problem. He could go arrested for murder and stuff. But if someone insults his brother, and he comes back in with his brother, who's looking a bit sort of haggard and unimpressed, and he sort of wheels you over to go. Now this is Clint. Clint. These folks, they turn out, they make a bad first impression, but their second impression buys you free whiskey. And so Clint sort of takes a whiskey and drinks it and goes, all right, sits down and starts to play a jaunty tune, and the whole tone of everything just sort of calms down.
Wait, so the pianist's name is Clint as well?
So the pianist's name is Clint. The man in black's name we have yet to establish. The pianist is Carl, is it?
Yes.
Pianist.
Clint is Clint.
Carl.
Clint, yeah.
Clint equals Clint. All right, yeah, Charlie is Clint. Is Clint. Okay, yep. And Samantha, brackets,
Sheila.
Yeah.
Aren't big enough for two Clints either.
Okay, so
did we get a name for the fella dressed in black?
the man in black. No, you didn't ask his name. You just tried to kill him, and then apologised when he talked to you and bought him whiskey. So Carl is sort of playing away at the piano, and things have sort of returned back to normal as you're sat at the table with Sheila. The barman comes over and says, that'll be $4.
We have that much?
Yeah, how much money do we have?
You better had, because you bought whiskey for the whole place.
Oh, now I remember. Chuck, you had all the money.
Yes, I have the I reached down in my pocket and
Yep.
How much do I have?
You have $4 in your pocket. You have enough money to pay the man.
Well, here you go. That's the last of the whiskey for everyone, I think.
Look, we robbed that general store on the way here.
Well, since I'm taking your money for buying whiskey, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, but I'm hoping it's not Malice's general store that you were robbed.
Oh, it's good to know you have one.
Oh, yeah, we got a general store. Oh, owned by Old Buck. Old Buck owns the general store. He says, writing that down just in case you go there for some reason.
Any relation, Chuck Buck McKicken?
Oh yes, did I not mention my old Buck? He owns a general store here.
You're related to Old Buck. Then you'll know that he loves a shotgun. Oh, he loves it.
Yeah.
Some say he's hoping someone will try and rob him again after the last time. Killed 3 men with 2 shotgun shells. Yeah, they were stood in a line.
Mighty impressive.
Yeah, they were stood in a line and he missed the first time.
I was like, someone invested a 3 in their shooting skill.
So, some say old Chuck.
Someone drew a 21.
Some people say Old Buck put 4 in shooting, but just draw really poorly the first time. But that's Old Buck for you. Loves shotguns, loves running a general store. Is somehow related to this gentleman, it turns out.
Yep, my old Buck. Yeah.
In
I don't
unspecific
think we caught your
elderly
name,
relationship.
Your name, sir. I don't think we caught it.
Oh, they call me Old Saloon Steve. Saloon Steve, I run the saloon.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Saloon Steve.
Likewise.
Seeing as we're in town and the mayor ain't nowhere to be found, I figure we just stick around and help you with your ghost problem.
Well, take my ghost problem. It's if anything, it sort of works out for me because people are in here all day instead of being at work. But I suppose in the long run they're going to run out of money, and that's going to become a more serious problem. I mean, so it depends if you've got money for bed and board.
I put my hand in my other pocket.
Turns out you have a further $6.
How much is this bed and board? I've not brought the money back out yet.
Oh, it's well, it'll be a dollar each for a couple of nights. That's inflation for you.
That makes it $3, hey Buck?
Yeah, I pull out some money and drop it in his hand. I don't quite count it.
Okay. I
think I've got 3.
But I tell you what,
easily have got
why
4.
don't you give me a rooting check?
A rooting check?
Yeah, as you're rooting around in your pockets. Yes, you hand over $4 by mistake. Because that's 20. So that's a shuffle. I suppose the idea is to use one communal deck of cards, but that's not how we roll.
Oh, I don't need to shuffle.
Yeah,
You need to shuffle, yeah, because you failed. I think only if you fail, and I'll shuffle every time someone fails, and that's how we're going to do it. Well, yeah. There's the 3 rooms upstairs. You can yeah. They're yours for a couple of days. If you've gone West Country for some reason. I guess that's from the old country. But I'm Saloon Steve, and I'm slipping back into my cowboy accent. Here you go, and he hands you 3 keys, and they're sort of normal-sized keys with enormous wooden tabs with Saloon Steve Saloon written on them, and on the back it says telephones haven't been invented yet. And he hands them to each of you to make sure that you cannot accidentally steal the keys to his saloon rooms.
I'd have thought the rooms were more valuable than the keys, but sure.
Well, you wouldn't believe the piece of wood I've got attached to the rooms. And he points at the saloon that they're attached to.
So, say Steve.
Why, yes.
Would anyone stand to benefit from the mine being shut down? You know, financially.
I
look round the saloon at all the patrons in this bar, and then sort of go, "Wait, what did you say earlier?"
You won't find that any of the... you suggested that I'm benefiting financially. Only in the short term. As soon as these lot of idiots have finished drowning their sorrows in my fine whiskey. Fine, excellent whiskey. He says, so reaching up and pushing the label back on a bottle of whiskey, which underneath you suspect may have been a label of a cheaper whiskey. He says, once that happens, I too will be out of income. No, the only person, I guess, who is due to benefit financially from the mine being abandoned would be Elon Musk, the local millionaire who's planning to buy it. You see, the mayor wanted a cash injection so we could improve the town, and figured that there would still be a source of local income, and he'd pay his taxes and all that if someone rich would have owned the mines. But only Elon Musk stepped forward, and he's been doing everything he can to drive the price down.
Say, the mayor wanted a rich person to own a business, so because he would pay his taxes. Has he ever met a rich person?
Well, some say that the mayor's not very bright, but we all voted for him because he's in the correct party.
And which party would that be?
Oh, why? We're in the South, so it's obviously Republicans. With his sensible anti-slavery and pro-trickle-down economics policies. We believe in a small
Sounds
state.
like a man I can get behind.
Quite right. None of those godless Democrats getting involved, bringing their due process and taxes and large state and wanting to take our guns and other conspiracy theories.
Hey, is there any chance we could meet this Elon Musk?
Why, he doesn't tend to see guests, but his lives in the big house. And sort of points down the street, and there's sort of, you could see down Main Street, there's a small town, and then there's quite a long road, and then on the top of a hill, there's a big house. I should be clear, some people use big house to be, slang for a jail. Tain't a jail, he owns it, it's his house, it's just really big.
I say we go pay him a visit.
Well,
Let's go pay him
I
a visit,
agree.
but I'm not spending any more money.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Musk, he's got plenty of money. He won't be trying to get you to spend any at his house. It's not really how houses work. You guys have been on the road a long time, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Good number of days.
We've been to a few general stores, but yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, well, general stores and houses are distinctly different in a collection of ways. It's all about zoning. I'm on the local council, and zoning's one of my passions. But I won't bore you anymore with the particulars of which which town could be part of town could be used for what. That's really what zoning's all about, and it's quite important if you're going to build a structured economy. But as a Republican, I don't like to get that too much in the way of people's freedom, because it's what America's all about. Anyway, he says, I've got some customers to serve, and this conversation has got very weird for no particularly good reason, and almost certainly all my fault. And he turns away. So that's, says Samantha, that's old Saloon Steve. He's passionate about two things: selling whiskey at a profit, and what's wrong with the godless Democrats this week?
And town zoning, I think you'll find.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he would talk the back legs off a mule about zoning if anyone gave him the chance. But mostly we don't, because zoning's very dull. Very, very, very dull subject.
So I have a conspiracy theory, seeing as it was mentioned.
What, you think that the government is
mysterious
secretly
things.
signaling about the deep state that's really running this town?
It's slightly smaller scale. I'll be
Okay,
honest.
right, that's all right then. If you're not, no, that's okay. Just some people do
Ghosts
believe.
do weird things in the dark that nobody can see, and it spooks people out. There's a fella around here who's dressed in a lot of dark clothing, and you might not see him in the dark. Could he be pretending to be a ghost in these rock mines you have?
She says, I doubt it, but you could ask him. Phil? And Phil stands up, wanders over. Why, yes, Sheila, what can I do for you? You ain't dressing up as a ghost, are you? No. Well, why would I do that?
Well, you're not dressed up to stand out. Are you? You're there to like a shadow, barely see you.
broad daylight, stranger. Maybe you need your eyes a fixing. No, I quite like black as aesthetic. It's slimming. It also saves.
Expensive set of clothes, though.
Well, it saves on having to buy lots of different outfits. What am I going to wear today? Well, I'm probably going to wear the black jeans, the black chaps, the black waistcoat, the black shirt, the black hat.
You're saying mighty fine material. Who do you get that kind of money to purchase such finery?
Well, just sort of fiscal responsibility, really. You want something, you save up, you buy it. That's the sort of the way it works. I'm the preacher here, so I preach our money. I buy clothes with it. That's sort of the way it works.
So have you not gone to the mine to exorcise these ghosts?
Why, no, they did take no ghosts in the mines. That's crazy talk.
Oh, so what are all these people doing here?
Well, I have
Are they
no
scared of the
idea.
gold?
It seems unlikely they're scared of gold. That seems unlikely. But Give me a, let's say, Tootin check as you attempt to try and understand why the preacher hasn't gone to do an exorcism.
30.
Whoa, 30. You suspect he
Actually,
might...
34.
34.
Right, I can draw 4
You
cards.
suspect that he might be afraid.
We are the fearful three.
It's nice to see you figured out who is fearful in the fearful 3.
Could always
Wait.
do with the fourth member. You seem mighty fearful to me.
I can't be holding with being no hired gun. I've got a sermon to prepare for Sunday. And
Oh no, I'm not saying bring your guns. I'm saying bring your crucifix. If we head down to the mine with you, I have to say we can deal with this ghost issue once and for all.
well, no,
Yeah.
I'll leave the ghost hunting up to you. I'll pray for your souls.
Much obliged. Well, I'll know that old chicken here needs it. Some say he's a
Yeah,
Democrat.
Oh, it's good that we can laugh about the political situation in the States. The unnecessary political divisions therein. Maybe he's a Democrat because he believes in, the power of the state to do good. Maybe he's a Democrat because he's a godless heathen. Who knows?
Anyway, maybe the first thing we ought to do is check out the mine for ourselves, see if we can see any of them ghosts.
Righto. If that's what you want to do, I'll be in the church.
Could you
Carl
point
will
us
be,
into the direction of the mine?
Oh, yeah, and he points to a sign that says, mine this way. And someone has scrawled in chalk above it, haunted. So it says, haunted mine this way. And as we proceed from our first scene to our second scene, we're going to go for a break. I'm going to a short ad break to deal with... Yep. We role-played hard, we role-played nonsense. So it's this window. Here we go.
This is going to have to turn into a full-scale campaign, I'm sorry.
Too attached to the chicken.
Yeah, Slim Jimmy is really my guy.
So I suspect that Hooblu, who has subscribed, and maybe other people, are still seeing this rather than adverts, which is cool. So this is taking longer than I thought, but it's sort of it's at least 50% my fault for keeping spinning things out.
What do you expect from us? This is our MO.
Do you know what? I sort of knew that
Double
this
down
would
on
lead to
pointless
nonsense.
scenes.
I wrote an adventure. There it is. We have got. I mean, most of the way down the page. To be fair, there's not a lot of stuff going on. But that's what we got. All right, and the advert should be over now. So welcome back from the advert break. So Hooblu says that she is used to adventures taking this long. She spent 9 sessions in the Death House, which is supposed to be session 1 of Curse of Strahd.
Wow.
I've not run it or heard the Death House run, so I don't know how it goes. But I think I did find a download for it, and it didn't look like a 9-session dungeon. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Anyway, we will smash cut to you standing outside the mine. It says Malice Gold Mine, and someone has written asterisk by it, and then written on a rock nearby, haunted. And there's a sign that says, this way, going underground. It leads to the opening of a mine. If you think of a cowboy mine, that's what it looks like. There are minecart tracks leading into the mine. And Alid is going to sort out his headphones, and then he'll know what we're... So if we all just laugh as soon as he puts them back on.
No, I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear us. Oh, that's no fun. Okay. Yeah, so you're now stood outside the mine with a sign saying, this way, going underground.
I'd like to rub off the chalk haunted on the
Okay,
on the sign.
you do that. You wipe it off.
Problem solved, am I right?
Where do we get paid?
it's
I'll
literally
draw my pistol and
Okay.
then head straight in.
You head straight into the mine. Okay.
Yeah, draw a pistol, head in as well.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very sort of reservedly, almost as if I'm fearful.
In a shock move, Alid approaches things cautiously. So it's pitch black. Very rapidly, you lose any sense of light, and it's dark now. I would like everyone to make a, let's say, Tootin check, please.
Newton. Nice.
Oh, I'm using all the good cards.
So I got a 10, a queen, and an ace. Does that critically succeed?
Uh,
I drew a
10, a queen, and an 8 is 28. You need 21 to critically succeed.
Okay.
So 28 is just
so
a success.
even though
I
I got 21 and then
yeah.
sure.
So I got 8. So you succeed. Bernie would like to be let out. Hang on, Bernie. Yeah, all right. There we go. You can go and see that
34. 35 again.
2.
Sorry, what? You got how many?
35.
How did you get 35 on 3 cards?
I got 4 cards. I've got 4 in Tootin.
You do have 4 in Tootin. Okay. So, Chuck and Slim, you can hear the sound of something happening. Maybe the sound of whispered voices. Hard to say. And then there is there's a sort of glow, and you can now see that the tunnel turns round to the right, and the glow seems to be round that corner.
Hold on, I've got a bit of an idea here. We've not seen any or heard any spooky noises just yet. So, back when I was married a few years ago, me and the missus went to a playhouse, and they put on a mighty good show. And I think we can do the same for this old town here. We just shoot a few shots and make a few screaming noises and come out the heroes. And paid, head off, and need to rub another general store for the next 6 months.
Clint, may I point your attention to the glowing light over there?
I'm
I'm wondering if there might be something more to this.
I'm just saying, we are the fearful 3, and I'm not quite excited to deal with the Tootin abilities needed to get through this encounter.
At this point, you hear, "Woo, woo, flee, stranger!" And the strange ethereal glow seems to be getting closer. Seems to be coming round the corner.
Now, I don't think that's a real ghost. What do you partners think?
Well, I don't think we're strangers to this town anymore. We've introduced ourselves to everyone and bought everyone a whiskey, I think they'll find.
I just don't appreciate my pianist abilities. I don't feel I owe this town a single thing.
Woo! Well, you're strangers to us and the ghosts. Say the ghosts. We are real ghosts. Woo! And then coming round the corner now is the shape of. When you think ghost, you think like a sheet with a kind of glow.
Yeah.
That comes around the corner. It appears to be a ghost.
I'll say, now see here, I don't want to shoot you, but I'm gonna count to 3, and if you don't stop this nonsense, then you're gonna find yourself full of bullets.
Ooh, shooting can't harm me. Ooh.
We'll see about that, and I'll let off a warning shot.
Okay, give me a shooting check then.
20.
20, yeah. You let off a warning shot. It rings around the cave. You see the ghost kind of seems to sort of shudder for a minute, and then, woo! See, I am unharmed.
I wasn't aiming for you. Next time I will. Right between your eyes.
You should flee, stranger. Woo!
Well, I warned you, and then I'll go
you
for.
go. Okay, give me another shooting
actual
check.
That's not as good. 16.
Well, that's a 7. So so the bullet, you see it pass straight through the ghost, tearing open the sheet, and in it you can see that there is a lantern hanging from something inside the ghost. You suspect it may not be a real ghost.
Well, I'll be. It's not a real ghost.
Yeah, I had me convinced for a minute there.
At which point, out of the darkness, you hear the sound of a gunshot, Slim. So, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to make a shooting check.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a shooting check. And if I beat you, you're going to take another hit point of damage.
Our aces are always high, right?
Yeah.
Right. 24.
18. Okay. So there's a bang. A bullet ricochets around the cavern, but it seems to have missed you. From where the muzzle flash is, you see it's behind what's quite clearly now a sort of sheet hung over a lantern.
Real ghosts don't have real guns. What's going on?
And they are trying to fool us. Let's get them.
Okay, Chuck, I'd like you to make a shooting check as another figure tries to shoot you.
14.
Yeah, you're going to take a hit point as 19 as a bullet strikes you. You've got 1 left now. It's the same as your shooting score.
If I'd known that.
So it says, if your damage total ever equals your shooting stat, then you die and you're heading for the bone orchard. So you also see the flash of a muzzle firing from somewhere in the cave.
This is a classic Western man. Surely there'd be some dynamite lying around.
Give me a, let's say, rooting check as you root around to see if you can find some dynamite.
Makes sense.
3.
How much is that?
23.
23, so the internet is not good at your end. That's 15. So yeah, there's a stick of dynamite lying by your foot.
What I found, guys. I think I should throw it.
Maybe
Woo! Says the ghost's voice.
Nah, see here, I think you should all drop your weapons. We'll throw this here stick of dynamite.
There's a sort of pause, during which you're making a tootin' check there, Slim.
16.
Oh, 20. So we're going to shuffle our cards, and the voice says, "No, dynamite can't hurt ghosts, but it can hurt intruders who are in the mine much too close to when it goes off. I don't think you will."
Yeah, no, he has a point.
See? The ghosts know all. Flee from our terror.
All right, I might be stupid, but I like that there's a hole in that ghost. I do not believe you are a ghost, and I'd rather speak face to face with a not a ghost.
Give me a tootin' check.
Yeah.
So many cards. So many cards. At which point, 3 figures step out of the darkness, all holding guns. One of whom is also holding a fishing rod. All right then, stranger. You get to speak to us face to face.
Yeah, these ain't no ghosts, they're fishermen.
I am a ghost. Shut up, Phil. What? What you said we're Oh, right. Yeah, they could see us. Are we shooting them or what? Well, stranger, are we shooting or are you leaving?
Well, no, there is other options. You see, like why you be here? What do you? Why you be ghosts here?
We're being ghosts. Scare people. It's all right, Phil. You're making us look bad in front of the strangers. Without his gun moving away from you for 1 second, he says, "Well, we're scaring people away. The only people we don't scare, we kill. So, you done or you leaving?"
Oh no, I'm scared. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm scared. But why are you scaring people?
Well, that's none of your business, stranger.
Well, let's not be strangers then.
Okay, this feels like another Tootin' check.
The most reasonable.
These guys are really reasonable in the face of the super charismatic Chuck Buck McClucken. So Chuck Buck McKicken, that's 23 against my 14. He says, "Well, all right. I'm Daniel. This here idiot's Phil. Don't call me an idiot. You're an idiot. You pretended to be a ghost while they could see you. You're an idiot. And this is Deadeye McGraw." Deadeye McGraw so just touches his hat. Again,
Pleasure to meet you, you fine gentlemen. My name's Slim Jimmy. You can call me Slim.
Slim, you appear to be bleeding. Is that a thing?
Happens every now and then. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
All right.
Chuck Buck McKicken. You can call me Chicken though, cause yeah, you have me scared.
All right.
McCoy. That's about it. That's all you need to know.
All right. We're either not doing first names or we're not doing surnames. Hard to tell whether what we got here is a situation of over formality or over familiarity. But either way, we'd kindly ask you folks to leave without any further trouble. Get out of town.
I'm trying to figure out what's actually going on here first. Then you got such a fine business going here. Like, why you got a gold mine, and you also got, a haunted situation where people can pay to come get a bit frightened. Just saying we should open a partnership.
Says Phil. We scare people away because that's what we've been told to do. And then,
who told you to do that?
Shut up. The strangers are leaving without any more further information.
Whoa, we agreed we're not strangers anymore. We know each other's names.
Apologies. The good friends that we have met are leaving before we fill them full of lead.
Well, now that we're good friends, you're not going to fill us full of lead. Why would you? We're good friends.
Well, because you know too much now. Now what we got is a problem with some close friends who know too much that we're going to have to kill. It'll be an emotional wrench, but... And then he pulls back the hammer on his pistol.
Oh, that would be unfortunate, because then the mine would actually be haunted. Well, maybe
Phil goes, "What ghost? Where?" I can't remember what are their 3 names? I know it's Phil.
I know Phil and somebody McGraw.
Deadeye McGraw.
Deadeye McGraw. Dan, Phil, Deadeye McGraw. There we go. Dan turns to Phil and says, "Shut up, you idiot. Point the gun at one of them, doesn't matter which. When I start shooting, you start shooting." And
Come on, Phil, you don't want to be haunted the rest of your life, do you?
No, I don't. It's scary.
No, exactly. And we're good friends. There's no need for us to be
Feels like another tootin' check as you're attempting to use your superpower on the idiot that is Phil. Feeling quietly not confident about this.
It's 35.
You're going to run out of 10s in that deck soon.
Until I fail and I reshuffle again. That's how I keep getting them.
Phil says, "No, but he's gonna haunt me personally. It's all right for you." And Dan says, "Phil, do as you're told. Point the gun." He's like, "All right," and he sort of points his gun for a moment at Chuck and then moves it over to Clint.
My hand, pistol's already out, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, let's have a shooting check against. We'll start with Phil shooting at Clint then.
Phil.
That's bad.
Oh, sorry, that's a joker. I'm not supposed to have this. 22.
22. Okay, yep. Bang. You both shoot, but you shoot first. And Phil's got a picture in. Hey, Dante Balakwa, good to see you. Phil the Ghost's voice is a firm favourite so far. So Phil takes a hit point. We're going to have Dan who's going to shoot at Chuck Buck McCluckin. I'm sorry, McKickin. I keep calling you McCluckin. I want you to be more chicken themed. So let's have a shooting check from you.
I swear I'm shuffling these.
Let's see it. 21.
Oh.
Chuck
Oh,
Buck
does that mean...
Yeah, Chuck Buck McKickin is down. It's too early in the adventure to kill you off, but you're down to 0 hit points. You drop, bleeding out on the ground, and then Deadeye McGraw.
I'm gonna come back for you, Phil.
don't! I didn't shoot you.
You're mine, Deadeye McGraw.
And then Deadeye McGraw is gonna shoot at Slim Jim. And that is
not good.
15.
Oh, I do beat 15 though. That is, come on, do maths, George. 17.
17. All right. Deadeye McGraw has got a hole in him, and I have to shuffle because Alid failed. So Alid gets to shuffle all those 10s back in his deck. So this, Dante, I don't know how long you've been here, Dante, but this is Rootin' Tootin' Shootin' Cowboys, the one-page cowboy RPG, and they're investigating the going underground in a town called Malice because Mayor Weller is missing. The mine people thought was haunted, but it turns out to have been a guy called Phil with a lantern and a sheet on a pole. All right, top of the round, and Phil is going to once again shoot at Clint McCoy. Let's have a shooting check.
23 again.
It's 15 again. So yeah, Phil is down. He grasps his gut and says, "Dad, I feel cold." Dan is gonna shoot. It's no point shooting Chuck. Chuck's down, so Dan's going to shoot Slim Jimmy. That's a mighty 13.
22.
22. Reshuffling again. Phil was the MVP. I'm afraid Phil is dying. And that's a bullet into Dan. And then Deadeye McGraw is also going to shoot at Clint. 16.
I keep getting jokers.
You need a draw there.
It's a 27.
Oh,
27. Yeah, Deadeye McGraw drops as well. And then Dan looks at his at Deadeye McGraw, who just drops dead to the floor, and Phil, who is like holding the thing, but the blood is spreading round his shirt. He's saying, "Dan, don't leave me, Dan," and holds out a hand. And Dan says, "All right, strangers, all right, you done bested us." What?
Too right we did. Now you tell us who you're working for, or I'll put a bullet in you too.
Phil, Phil holding Dan's hand, just slips from consciousness and drops limp on the floor. I think at which point Dan looks up and says, "That Mr. Musk, he said no one would dare come around snooping. He said he had the mare all tied up, all out of the way. It was going to be a few more days, the mine would be worth nothing. It'd all be his."
Well, he didn't count on the fearful three.
Dan hands over his pistol to you and says,
Take it.
"I don't have nothing more to do. You'll never hear from me again." And he
Get on your way, Dan.
And he just heads out of the mine. At which point, I'm going to say that we're going to, the two of you spend some time bandaging up Chuck Buck McCuckin. I can't say that correctly, McKickin. Maybe now Phil haunts the mine, saying, "Don't leave me, Dan. Don't leave me." And we're going to put you back, Chuck, to 1 hit point. That's what we're going to do. You guys have found out the information, I guess, from the mine. And with 40 minutes left on the clock, we've done 2 scenes.
Well, we didn't find out where the mayor's got to. I'm wondering if old Musk has actually done something with him.
I was thinking along the same lines. I was thinking before we head on any further, we should do as much of this dynamite as we could, because I think it'd be a mighty handy in scene 3.
Well, that sounds like a fine idea.
Wow, that sounds like something the GM couldn't possibly have planned for and has no idea what the rule is. So that's fun. You now have some dynamite.
Right.
Yeah. So where would you like to go next?
Well, where I see it, we either gotta head straight for Musk's house, or we go after the mayor wherever he might be.
I think it's time for a conversation with old Musk.
I think we might be able to render some support in the saloon.
Yeah, that's a fine idea.
He's been turning them out of their jobs, putting them out. Let's go get their help.
Was 20 guns in there.
Exactly.
It's a lot of guns.
I say we also get old Buck involved, because he has a shotgun with 3
That's true.
people with 2.
That's 20 guns and a big old shotgun.
And I heard he can kill a whole fleet of people with 1 bullet.
And while he's all up and distracted, I say we have a bit of supplies from his general store.
Always got a contingency plan, don't you, Clint?
Call me Rootin' Clint. And looting, shooting guy.
It's good to know we've changed system, we've changed setting, but you guys are still murder hobos. That's
Whoa, I feel like we're like the 3 least murder hobos of the group.
Give me a gun and that's what it takes.
apparently all it takes is firearms. Okay, so where would you like to go next?
The general store?
Okay. So you walk up to, so there is On Main Street, there is painted over the sign, General Store, and underneath it says no credit, especially not you, Phil. And you open the door, ding-ling-ling, it goes. Strap in, everyone. Yes?
Is that old Uncle Buck?
What, Chuck Buck McKicken? I haven't seen you was knee-high to a grasshopper. What brings you to Malice?
Well, we're just some enterprising folk, aren't we?
Why, yes. Well, you buying the gold mine? I hear the mayor wants to sell it.
Yeah, well,
We're more securing its purchase for the mayor. We went in and dealt with the ghost problem.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts, he says, and he pulls out a shotgun, and he does this, then realizes it's not a pump action shotgun, breaks the breech, puts in 2 new shells, cocks it again. Well, I ain't afraid we go hunting ghosts.
Ghosts are already hunted, my friend.
Oh,
There's rich Democrats to be hunted now.
what, Democrats? My second favorite thing to hunt after general store robbers. If those general store robbers vote blue, that's the sweetest overlap of Venn diagram you can get for me wanting to kill them. But, in these times, maybe it's best to de-escalate the situation and get the police to come involved. The lawman to deal with the robbers. Democrats, though! And he breaks the breech again. The shells pop out. He puts 2 more in. Let's go!
Well, before you get too heat there, happen to have a bounty on Phil, did you? Just happen to notice the sign in the door?
No, he keeps asking for credit, and I got tired of saying no, so now I point to the sign.
Well, we dealt with Phil for you.
Well, what do you mean you dealt with Phil?
He was one of them ghosts, or at least pretending to be.
What? Phil's not dead.
That's what he led you to believe.
What? Hang on. No, he's not dead. He's just a bad customer. Keeps asking for credit.
Well, he won't be a bad customer no longer.
Why? Have you taught him fiscal responsibility somehow?
Something like that.
Right. Well, mighty obliged.
We need to go to the saloon now and rally the townsfolk. Take on that rich Democrat.
Why? Well, the townsfolk. Why? They're cowards to a man.
Even Saloon Steve. He
What?
seemed like a fighter.
Oh, he's all talk, is Saloon Steve. Hey, he didn't even want to go and try and run those cowpokes out of town. But,
Well, maybe we should try anyway. Might be 1 or 2 of them brave folk.
sure, okay. Why am I coming, though? You done hunted the ghosts and apparently gave Phil finance lessons.
Well, we need your support.
Okay.
Taking on. We need your shotgun.
Yeah, I got my shotgun, he says, and he sort of waves it around. It goes off. A jar of something smashes, shatters of glass go everywhere. It starts to drip down and sizzle. He says, oh, that happens all the time, breaks the breech again, puts 2 new shells in, cocks it. So, where are we going?
The saloon. Chuck here's the tootin'est cowboy around. He's gonna rally the people to our aid.
Right, well, okay. And he takes out a walking stick, and then with kind of shotgun under his arm and a walking stick, makes his way to follow you.
Go to the saloon.
Okay, so just as you're leaving, he turns the sign round that says closed go away on it, and follows you into the tavern. There's a piano playing in the tavern, as Chex notes. Carl is playing a jaunty little tune. As you enter, it just stops, and you walk in, and you feel 40 eyes turn to you. The floor creaks. Everyone is looking at you. Old Buck
There's
says,
no ghost in your old rock mine anymore.
"See, no ghosts!" And he lets off his gun, bang, into the ceiling. Everyone dives for cover.
I have no routine skill. Sorry, cooking skill to deal with the situation.
We done dealt with your ghost problem, and now we got a proposition for you, Chuck.
"Why?" says Samantha. "That's very, very inappropriate of you in front of all these people."
Sorry,
I don't think you take my meaning, Samantha.
You said proposition. Oh, naturally assumed.
Okay, how about less of a proposition and more of a request for all of you, not just you, Samantha.
Now,
Just hear us out, okay?
I'll tell you what. You speak your words, and then we'll. Yeah, says Old Buck. You listen to what these fellas saying. Bang, and lets off the shotgun again. The chandelier drops, smashing the piano. Glass goes everywhere. Steve sort of sidles up and says, "Hey, you couldn't take Old Buck away, could you? Because he'll be causing trouble." Does Old Buck wherever he goes. Some say he killed several men with that shotgun. Some say they were just customers.
We heard there were shoplifters, and
"What's that, shoplifters?" he says, and he spins round. And I'd like you to make a shooting check to try and not be shot by by Old Buck. And that's 14.
16.
Okay, you've just managed to duck out of the way. Several shotgun pellets rip through the top of your hat. And he says,
Buck,
"I'm gonna get them! The shoplifters!"
Uncle Buck,
Whoa!
hold on.
What
one
there,
moment.
Chuck?
Hold on one moment. Like, we're not shooting yet.
Why not? There were shoplifters. And he spins
Yeah,
round, pops
They're at the big house.
pops the breech open, puts 2 shells in. "Shoplifters in the big house? That doesn't make a
Yeah.
lick of sense." And just heads off into the evening towards the house.
Right. Now I know that none of you is gonna feel like following old Buck now.
"What?"
We
says
have
Sonny
request.
Steve. "You done pegged us right. None of us feel like following Old Buck there."
But hear me out for a moment.
This better be good,
Ghost.
stranger.
The ghosts weren't real.
Yeah, they were. "Yeah, they were," says a voice in the back. "I done saw 'em with my own 2 eyes. It was spooky. There was ectoplasm. It was all terrifying."
Did it sound like Phil with a high voice?
Give me a tootin' check.
That's my worst one yet, but it's better than whatever you've got.
It's better than 4. That's
I got
38.
18 plus
So
9.
28.
I haven't seen them.
He says, "Yeah, it did. Now you say it. Sounded a remarkable amount about Phil. Why, I hope
Yeah.
his mum's all right. She does depend on him."
Well, let's just say he an actual ghost now.
"What?"
Well, you see, he was a ghost, but now he is a ghost. Am I saying
No.
this right?
I don't think so, because what you're saying don't make a lick of sense. Give me
That was
another.
like
Sorry.
Just say I put a bullet in his brain accidentally, and oh yeah, they are now ghosting that man. But
You
now
done
they're,
accidentally shot Phil.
So,
Well, he were a ghost, wasn't he?
got a voice in my head. He did shoot first.
I'm sorry, what? I'd like you to give me a tootin' check, Charlie.
I want to help Charlie.
Please do.
I don't see how you can help the statement. You got... Yep. So that's 12 to your 11. He says, now, strangers, you done come here fixing to fix everything. I understand that. But if you done killed Phil, old Marjorie will be mighty put out. By put out, I mean devastated. You got Uncle Buck setting off his gun. You know how he gets if you say the word shoplifter. At some far away, you hear bang, bang. Now, if you don't go fixing to sort things out, that's your prerogative. But we don't be going to stay in here. Now, if you wanted to leave, that will be fine. There'll be no trouble.
Yeah, well, we don't want trouble, you see. But you see, the big house guy, the Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah, with his private army of security guards, he'll probably not have any trouble. He's safe from any trouble.
Well, yeah, he's safe from any trouble, but he putting you in a trouble.
Don't think so. He's done stayed in his house. Sorry, my wife is just here laughing helplessly, and it is not helping me hold straight the serious man who is trying to get rid of the nutters who've come in.
Sorry.
So, here's my wife. She's real and everything. She's not an actress I've paid. Now, where were we?
You see, you can go to the mine now and you can go have a look. Check the sign. It's not haunted anymore.
Well, I found the dead Phil there.
Now, look, strangers. I think it's best that you leave. And a lot of people put hands on guns. If you done be gonna sort things out, you go do it. But I don't want no part of it.
But
Fine, we'll storm the big house with no one but old Uncle Buck.
I wouldn't be betting on on old Buck. He done be not mighty reliable.
I heard he killed people.
Yes.
For us.
That's not necessarily a reliable thing to do, but all right.
Well, we've set him going in the right direction, so I think we're okay.
We'll see you fine gentlemen later.
Well, I guess you will.
We go to the big house, I guess.
Okay. You leave. As you step out, jaunty music starts playing again. You can hear so as you see the big house on the hill, you hear the sound of shotgun blasts in the dark from a different direction. as old Buck has gone to make his way somewhere else. How are you going to approach Elon Musk's big house?
Stealthily.
Well,
that will be the first time my wife has heard that the villain of this story is called Elon Musk. There is fresh laughter. As we'll cut to Bernie Cam. There's Bernie Cam. There he is. Bernie doesn't get the joke. There we go.
oh, Benny.
I'm going down.
Hashtag Bernie Cam. Yeah, how are you going to approach the big house?
Yeah, as Clint said, stealthily.
Okay.
Having failed to recruit the army, we tried.
To recruit the army to storm the place. So, which of the three stats do you think is most appropriate for stealth?
Rootin' for sure.
Okay, I'd like everyone to
Definitely
give me
tooting.
a.
I'm pretty sure it would be Tootin as well.
I think everyone could give me a rootin' check, please.
Oh no.
Oh. That's not
Oh, you better have one on Rootin'.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
two.
drew a king though. So that's 10.
Okay, it's smaller than 14, but it's
Ah.
6. Sorry.
Okay, so I'll reshuffle. Anyone who failed, reshuffle. So as you are sneaking up to the house, you reckon that two of you have been spotted by the guard on duty, who is kind of standing on a tower. The fence is just a small picket fence that would go around a house, but there's a watchtower. There's a man on it with a rifle, and you think he's probably spotted you.
He hasn't spotted me.
But you suspect, Clint, he has not spotted you.
Am I able to sneak up to the tower and take that rifle off him?
Yeah, you can certainly try. Give me a rootin' check.
I'm gonna help him by saying, by putting my hands up and saying, "Now I know you can see me, and I just want you to know that I don't mean no harm."
Okay. Give me a tootin' check to help then.
I needed a help. I got a 13.
You absolutely needed that help because
something.
that's 16.
23.
Yeah. Okay. He says, "Well, if you don't mean any harm, what you doing here?"
Well, I don't mean no harm, but I can't say the same for my friend who's behind you right now.
I shoot him in the back.
Give me a shooting check.
4.
I've got 11, so yep, you drop him. The last thing he sees is you standing there already ready with your gun shooting, and this hand waving for some reason, apparently according to my mind. And you drop him,
Take his rifle.
and you now have his rifle.
That's phase 1 of the plan complete. Now what?
Wow, we keep going, I guess.
Are there any more of these towers, or is this just the one?
Nope, there's just one watchtower guarding the big house.
That guard was full security he has.
Sounded like you had a whole army, though, according to the guy at the saloon.
Well, let's keep going stealth-like, and maybe we slip past the rest unnoticed.
Oh, I mean, that worked for me, but for you two, I'd say that's not quite your skill set. So, but we put all this dynamite to good use and set up a huge distraction.
Forgotten about the dynamite.
Blow up the tower.
Yeah,
Well, that'd be a mighty big distraction.
about the jail or the house or something.
I feel like we need to blow up something.
Didn't get all this dynamite for nothing.
Exactly.
To a man with a hammer, everything looks like an opportunity to blow it up with dynamite. All right.
Before we do, I say we just shout shoplifter. That's the dynamite. So we stop
Okay. Give me a tootin' check. As I won't draw that 20 that I had thinking you were going to attempt to. Yep. 16, I'm afraid. So, yeah, although you shout shoplifter, you don't hear the sound of old Buck coming your way. Yeah. So, yeah, you're stood outside Elongar Musk's house. You have some dynamite. There is a watchtower. The house appears to be quiet, as it's quite late now.
Let's Helm's Deep this house.
And so it begins. Where do you attach the dynamite?
Maybe base of the watchtower.
So the watchtower is away from the house. So it depends. If you're trying to if you're trying to Helm's Deep this, you probably want to attach it to the the house.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'd say the dynamiting's a rooting skill, and Clint, you're the rootinest cowboy among us. So
That's it. We did.
I'm gonna let you decide where you want to put this dynamite.
I'm just gonna. I got a bit of a plan. It might require a bit of your rooting skill, How about we leave it in the doorway and then knock on the door and let them come to it, and then with a few of those guards along the way to deliver. Just like knock on the door. Got a fresh delivery of
Wow, this is
around here. And...
this is a spicy knockdown ginger. Excellent. Okay. Or depending on from where you are in the UK, knock knock run away. There are lots of other names for it. Okay, so you pack the dynamite by the front door. Give me a rootin' check as you attempt to do that. You guys, the absurd draws. Okay, so yeah, that's more than the 14 I have. So you managed to successfully plant it. You know it's going to need a successful shooting score to set it off, because you haven't got any fuses or anything. You've just got some dynamite, so you're just going to have to rely on somebody being able to shooting it correctly.
Oh, okay.
What's
like cigars and lighters and stuff? Because I was hoping I'd just stand in the doorway with a cigar in the mouth, just be like.
I mean, it would look cool, but it is a lot of dynamite. So I think you want to be a long way away from it when it happens. That's my.
I'm confident in my shooting skills.
Okay.
I'll grab the rifle and hold up somewhere far away.
Okay. What's step 2 of the plan then?
Well, we need someone tooting and knock on the door and get their attention.
I'm up for a little knock and door run.
Okay, so you're just going to knock on the door?
Okay. Make sure you run now. I'd hate to catch you in the explosion.
Dynamo's delivery.
Yeah, and
Dynamo's delivery.
I knock on the door and I shout, "Mr. Musk, we have an opportunity to blast into space that you might be interested in."
Okay, give me a tootin' check.
I'll take aim.
As you take aim. Excellent.
That is 27.
More than 12 then. So yeah, you hear somebody about to open the door. The door clicks open.
I run away.
Okay.
I've already started running away. No.
Okay, so I'd like you to give me a rootin' test as you attempt to run away.
This is where we lose chicken.
Oh, I've got bad news for you.
Okay,
There ain't no card in the deck that's going to beat a 15. So as you turn to run, you trip over. Slim, you see this happen.
Okay.
So you see the door
I hold
open.
fire.
You hold fire. Chuck slips over, and you see a man in a suit with a bow tie. It is, you would guess, a butler, judging by the apron he's also wearing. And he comes out and says, "Yes,"
I
and
say,
looks around.
Clint, we got to abort mission. Get in there. Find a way in. Force the door open or something. We can't let the dynamite off. Chuck's down.
Did somebody say something about space?
I shoot him in the forehead before he alerts anyone.
Okay, give me a shooting test then.
I see this happen through the barrel of the rifle, and I'd like to assist by also shooting.
Okay, we'll do it as 2 separate shooting checks.
Sure.
That's more than my 17. So, bang! He's got one. And he just falls backwards.
I said we try that again. Someone collect the body and.
You drag the butler's body away.
The door and start again.
Well, with the doors open, we could just go in now.
No, but it make an entrance, right? A feel for 3 for nothing.
Or we could save the dynamite. It might be something more worth blowing up inside.
That's all right. That's my I don't have great tooting ability to think that far ahead. I just think
That's all right. It's all right. I just want to get a optimal bang for our buck, you know.
I see what you're
somewhere in the
saying,
background, you
Swinton.
hear "Oh, buck!" and shotgun setting off again.
So we're going
Supplying
in.
his
So we
ammunition.
grab the dynamite
Yep.
that we had previously laid out, and we head into the house.
As you step in, the clock strikes 12. Ding, ding, 12 times. And you see that there is inside you see that there are kind of signs, one of which says tube station.
Then
It says shoe station.
Tube station. So you see
tube.
parlour, kitchen, living room. All of these are IN apostrophe. And then you also see tube station.
Tube station. What's a tube station?
Back some kind of horse.
Let's go have a look, maybe.
We've not seen anyone else in the house. It's just
Nope,
in this parlour.
you've not seen anybody else.
Shall we go down into the tube station blindly?
Maybe we look around, see if we can find any incriminating documents for Mr. Musk. Might prove useful later on.
Okay, everybody give me a rootin' score as they root around in the house.
10.
10.
10.
6. Okay, so you find, each of you find a collection of things. One of which you find a Elongar's plan. Clint is what you find. It's a piece of paper that says Elongar's plan. It says 1, drive down price of mine with ghosts. 2, buy mine dead cheap. 3, run my tube through the mine. 4, profit. Slim, you find a piece of paper that says, and don't forget, kidnap Mayor if he doesn't cooperate. Chuck, you find it's a bag labelled kidnap kit, and you can see inside there's like gloves and rope and a knife and a gun and a series of instructions that says how to kidnap a mayor. And you find each of these in the rooms. Yeah, that is what you find. You're going to come together and pool your information.
Well, I feel like we've got a lot to go on here, but I couldn't find anything that would give any indication of where the mayor is.
Hold on. There's some instructions here. Let's have a look at the instructions. Do the instructions say anything about what happens once you've got the mayor?
So the instructions say, take abductee, brackets, person you have kidnapped, somewhere secure, is what it says.
So we're looking for somewhere secure. Reckon he's in this house?
Say the most secure place in this town is the general store. Get in there without your brains being blown out.
Well, we've been in there already. No sign of the man.
This is the next best option for sure.
Well, then, yeah. I would say this was the most secure, but it didn't feel very secure. We got in fairly easily.
Well, we had dynamite and some guns.
Solid plan, I'd say.
True. Well, what is this tube station then?
Maybe
Said
we
it's gonna
should
drive through the mine.
maybe we should investigate.
Is the tube station secure?
Could be. I guess we head to the tube station, for lack of
Okay.
Yeah.
Have any
You
other
head
options?
down, so slightly past midnight. You are now down in the tube station, and you can see as you walk in, you can see that there are 2 guards holding shotguns. You can see one of them is pointing their gun at the mayor, who is tied up and gagged. And you can
Such some
see
mysteries solve themselves.
you can see Elongar Musk, who stands there, and he goes,
I'm assuming that would be claps if Discord wasn't
yes, yeah, if that wasn't being filtered out.
filtered out.
That is the sound of him clapping slowly, and he says, "Well, yeah, this is the voice I'm going with. Strap in. Well, ain't you 3 troublemakers done solving all the problems?"
That's certainly seems that way. We've done a lot of solving tonight.
Well, then you've been solving my butler by the sounds of things.
Well, we thought it'd be best if we send him to go meet Phil.
Don't want Phil to get lonely now. In fact, maybe we should send you to meet him too.
This is a mighty confusing idiom. Are you saying that you killed some guy called Phil and my butler?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, okay. In which case, I see that we're going to be sending you to meet Phil and my butler. That's the way threats are working for some reason.
How far away is the mayor from Elonga?
So Elongar is stood maybe 5 foot away from the mayor.
Okay.
So standing right next to the mayor is a guy with a shotgun that's pointed at the mayor, and there's another one who is obviously, like Elongar, pointing his gun at the 3 of you.
Sure. Well, seems we have ourselves an impasse here. But I don't see why this has to end in people dying. Maybe there's been too much death tonight.
Well, I can't speak to how much death has been tonight, but, well, you done come into my secret tube station. By the looks of things, you've done found all my plans, which I wrote down. The voices tell me I have to do that, so I done write my plans down, so I know what step 1 and step 2 is. But,
Before you're silenced, I just want to ask a single question, if that's all right with you.
you can... I mean, it seems that before we done start shooting each other, we're gonna be talking, so... ask your question.
Where do you why a pre-made kidnapping kit?
Well, I just saw it in the newspaper. Seemed perfect.
It wasn't a general store.
No. Mail order. Done arrived on the
Okay.
Pony Express. Not 3 weeks ago. Been planning this for a while. My tube station has got a big connect up all the towns in this region. To be able to travel. I get a carriage under the ground. So quick. So much better than conventional stagecoach travel.
I said that sounds like a reasonable idea, but no. Like, are you looking for investors? Because I hear Kickin has unlimited refunds and refunds and sources in his pockets there, and I'd say we'd like
No.
to invest in your scheme.
Ain't
here.
looking for investors. All the profit will be mine. Soon everyone will have to pay me to travel around. And there'll be no gold mines, so there'll be no gold, there'll be no economy. All the money will trickle up to me.
Sounded a bit like those Democrats.
Why, yes. Then I plan to stand as the Democratic candidate for this town. Soon I'll be mayor.
Just so you're aware, I don't think the town quite like the Democrats. And it goes by
When I've got all the money, I'll be able to bribe them all. You okay there, stranger who I assume is called Chuck for some reason? You seem to be
I just
on the verge of
I'm
saying
trying to
something for
get-
quite a long time.
I'm trying to get my head round your secret tube station. What is it with these people in these secret places and putting big signs above them? I don't get it.
Well, I get confused easily. That's why I write my plans down. That's why I have signs in my house telling me which way to each of the rooms.
Yeah, but that means it's no secret then. And how are you going to get money from people when the people aren't earning? Because you shut down the mine. And why do you want to tube to the mine? Your plan doesn't make sense.
Oh, but it does. But it does. It makes perfect sense. Soon I'll have all the money. All the money in the world. Well, we've had a good chat, haven't we? We all got to know each other a little better before we kill her. Boys!
If you're gonna kill us, how about you release the mayor first? He ain't got no part in this. You
Oh,
let
but
him
he
go.
does. He's the one who's going to sign it over. And when he sees that you boys have failed to rescue him, he'll know there's no hope. No hope but to sign the mine over to me so I can dig my tunnel through it, connect up all the towns, make all the money, make everybody poor, become the
You
Democratic
need
mayor.
his approval.
Say that again, stranger. Your internet did break up, Marty.
He's suggesting that you need him alive to complete this plan.
Well, I need a mayor. This one's the one we got. Why?
Well, if he gets caught up in all this shooting, then
Well, that would be
he ain't gonna be around to
That
sign
would-
your waiver.
mighty unfortunate. Never mind. At which point, he raises a gun and shoots at, let's say, Clint. Clint, give me a shooting test. Poor Elongar Musk. He's in trouble.
26.
Yep, that's 12. He is not quick enough for you, and Elongar takes a bullet. And then we've got Thug 1 and Thug 2. Thug 1 is going to shoot at Slim. Yep.
Ace is good. So that is 26.
Yeah, 14. Thug 1 is not quick enough. Thug 2, he would like to shoot Chuck Buck McKicken. And I've got bad news for Chuck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Chuck's down
That's
again.
21. Chuck is down. Elongar Musk is going to once again shoot at Slim. Would you
26,
believe it? 21.
26.
So I'm going to check the rules because I think if you get crit, it beats.
Oh, I think they both succeed.
Let's have a look. What I've got to do now is try and find the tweet again that I had the rules on.
Or you looked at the
Here we
chat,
go.
didn't you?
If both of you draws, if you draws 21 for if you draws 21 for a shooting, then use both. If you both draw 21, then you both succeed. We did not both get 21. You got
No.
not 21, so you are shot. You take second hit, and Elongar Musk lives another round. Thug number 1 is gonna shoot at Clint again. That's 12, Clint.
Sorry, forgive my name is Clint. 23. For
23,
again.
yep, you down Thug number 1. And Thug number 2 is going to shoot at Chuck. Oh, no, he's not going to shoot at Chuck. Chuck's down. He's going to shoot at Clint. Clint, that's 21.
5.
So Clint takes a hit. Elongar Musk is going to shoot. So slowly they're wearing you down with numbers. Elongar Musk is going to shoot at Slim.
23.
That's 11. As he pulls out his gun, so he's bang, click, and aims again. you shoot the gun out of his hand, and he drops to his knees. Seeing his master down, the other guys kind of look at each other and throw down their guns and just take off running down this tube. You don't know where it leads to, but a moment later you have untied the mare because it's 8:30. It's gone 8:30. We'll montage this a bit. You untie the mare, who thanks you profusely. He says, yeah, this is the voice I'm going with. I knew the Fearful Three would rescue me. I knew that fearful was about the effect you had on other people, that you were fearful to encounter. Mr. Musk, you're going to jail. You're going to the big house. Pauses and then goes, yeah, I mean, like, jail to big house, not your own house to big house. That wouldn't make any sense. You're going to jail? And Elongar Musk looks up and says, don't worry. I'll be rich. I'll be all right. This is America. And on that piece of satire, we're going to close.
Amazing.
I was going to end in a, we've still got the dynamite, so I may as well just...
You say, we're not going to let the judicial process that's been so corrupted by finances deal with it. Your fancy lawyers can't help you now. And you light the fuse and you blow everybody up.
Light the tube station up, at least.
So that is One Page Cowboy RPG by Matt. Thank you so much. That was totally nuts. Thank you for indulging my The Jam themed adventure. Thank you so much, chat, for joining us. You guys have been legends. What we're going to do now is we are going to check notes. Wow, that was...
Apologies, that was moving the mic up. Didn't realise it'd make a sound.
Really sounded like you were blowing your nose. We are just going to check who's online. I think Matt Blair is on. Yeah, we're gonna go watch Matt Blair play Arkham Knight. So yeah, that was the sound.
The
dynamite going off. So I'm going to remind you very quickly, first of all, that this episode has been sponsored by my Session Zero, mini Session Zero. There it is. We are a podcast. We will have an episode go up. I'm hoping I'm going to get it out tomorrow. It will be the final episode of our Star Wars mini season. At which point, I'm hoping that I will be able to make some time to do some editing, knowing that I'm going away with work for a week. So I'm not. The podcast is going to be a bit sporadic while I'm trying to make the time. But maybe I'll put something out. Who knows? But for now, there is one more episode of Star Wars that is kind of in the can and ready to go. You can follow us on the socials if you want. You can also you can follow us here with the heart that I think is somewhere down there. You can subscribe, though I have a feeling if you were going to do that, you'd have done it by now. But you can also just give us money. If you like what we do and you would like to help us make it technologically more advanced, you could just give us money on Coffee. The link is down there and in the chat, wherever that is. You absolutely don't have to, but if you wanted to, we're going to spend it on the show. That's kind of the way it works. So it only remains for me to thank Slim Jimmy George, to thank Clint McCoy, Charlie, and to thank Alid or Chuck Buck McKicken, the man, the legend, the tootinest cowboy in the West, and me. I've been Richard, and I have forgotten to type in Matt's username. So here we go. /raid. That's not how you spell raid. Matt Blair UK. Hopefully that's going to start a raid. It is starting a raid. We're going to go raid. Enjoy the raid song. If you want to choose whether you are rootin' tootin' or shootin', let Matt know whether you're a rootin' tootin' or a shootin' cowboy in his chat. Say hello. Don't forget to let him know.
What's our raid hashtag? Is it?
The raid hashtag is either hashtag rootin', hashtag shootin', or hashtag tootin'. Thank you so much for joining us. Hooplu, as one of our subscribers, we thank you in particular.